Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Matt with Faultline Disc Golf. You're tuning in for the back 9 of the Eagles Crossing Championship landing course. Playing from the blue pads. Little score recap. I shot 3 up on the front 9, excuse me. So I'm going into the back 9. Hopefully there's some scoring opportunities. I don't know. I've only seen this course on coverage and my first time being here. But we are playing, so we're at hole number 10. Looks like it is a par 5, 918 feet, and it's in the B position. If I've said that already or twice, my apologies. I guess the play is just to shoot down the gap. I'm going to try and keep it as far against that back line of trees as possible to hopefully land in the center of the fairway, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ESP Hallex with my Ozzy Osbourne stamp, and it is windy, so I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but let's go. My last step was way too wide. I got the disc up in the air too much rather than driving it down. And I did exactly what I didn't want to do, which is leave it up. And then it faded across the fairway, and I'm going to be on the left side of the fairway rather than the right, which is meh. Okay, hole 11, position B, 402 feet downhill. It's so downhill that my camera, no matter how I orient it, is not going to get you the shot or the view, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. I'm going to go classic rock. And the wind is picking up like something fierce. That's great. That looks really nice, and it's just dead straight on a rope. Skip. Oh my gosh. I wish you could have seen that, because it landed short and it rolled up to the green. I mean, even my camera zoom is not going to show you where the disc is. Well, actually you can. You can see it right there. It's that little white dot right there on the green just past the yellow stakes. That's incredible. Okay. I'm going to take my meter in because I am right actually on the OB line. So that's where my lie was. 1, 3. There we go. All right. Hell yes. Frustrating bogey on the last hole to arguably one of the cooler birdies I've had in a long time. Dead straight shot with the classic rock, baby. Okay, hole number 12, 315, playing to the C position. I will zoom in on this one just because this is a cool shot. And there we are, right there, right on the edge of the water. Got to do a water crossing. I'm going to go with something a bit faster. I'm going to try and hit this gap that's over here on the left rather than this gap right here. I'm going to definitely try and turn something into the wind to get across the water. I'm going to go with the Skyway. Haven't thrown it since hole 1 as a warm-up shot. So here's to hoping. And I lost my whale sack, which is a really big bummer because it's really humid out and I could use it. But here goes nothing. Oh, and that just skipped off the water and on land? I think so. I'm gonna throw a provisional just because from the edge of the OB up there, but I'm pretty sure that skipped in bounds. All right. Upon further inspection, I think I went OB, or I'm for sure OB. I didn't cross the yellow stakes on the other side. I'm gonna go classic rock here from this area, throwing for 3. and it just went really straight. It never got left. I have a putt at it, about 25 feet. Well, that guy right there is my disc. So it's retrievable. I'm not going to lose it, but I definitely didn't make it inbound. So throwing a second provisional to cross the water was the right play. All right. No lost discs, which is great. Putting for 4 from further away than I want to be. Going Sagara. Got knocked down. Not great. Well, this is crazy. Wind is really pushing right to left. I'm gonna try and go classic rock. A slight turnover, I guess. I don't like that hyzer window. I don't know what's over there. Okay, I got a tree kick back to the left side. See if that's a putt or not. Well, it's a putt. Airmailing is not going to be fun, so I really need to be on target here. One, to save my 3, but also so I don't go down that canyon. Headwind. I'm gonna lay up. No, fuck it. Well, I ran it. Sucks that I missed, but I ran it. Okay, hole 14, 689 par 4. Yeah, looks like I'm going up. It's in the B position, so up and to the left. So somewhere out over there. I guess I'm gonna try and go big hyzer out that way. Try to get left, then see what I have for an opening to throw an upshot. I'd like to get one more birdie. I've got 5 holes to do it. I'd like to get one more birdie. Finishing at +5 or below +5 was my goal coming out here. So let's see what I have the ability to do. Definitely a big hyzer. And I got back in bounds. All right, going Sagara. Gonna aim at that tree with some turn and let it flex across the fairway, or that's the hope at least. Oh, son of a... That was a great looking shot. I just hit a tree I didn't know was there. Okay, a ton of tailwind. I think the sled is the right play. Get it high, especially because accounting for the tailwind, and let it turn, and hopefully I can just miss everything and get up there. That's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. I'm on a side hill. Oh, this wind. Gotta throw into a gap, like right now. Oh, that was garbage. I mean, I'm in bounds, but definitely not getting up and down for a 4. I'm gonna give this a soft bid here. DX AVR. Yep, underneath the basket, taking another bogey. Exactly what I did not want after what I thought was a great drive. Alex, I'm gonna trust the fact that I'm not gonna throw it into the water. It's downhill, so I'm hoping that I can just put it on a little bit of hyzer, kind of low, that's the play at least, and try to get it into that island. Stick it close would be great. Oh, and I flipped it over. And it's stalling out. And I'm on land, not in the water, which is great. We'll see if that made the island. I don't think it did. Well, just so people can't say that, well, not that anyone would. I'm not a great golfer by my stretch of the imagination at least. But here we are walking up onto the green. You can see that the OB stakes, there's one, there's another, and there's my disc. Once again, tilted view, I'm sorry. I landed in bounds. I clipped off of this bush right here to my right and kicked me left. This would be such a great birdie. No, I missed it left. Son of a damn. We're even gonna flip it just because oh, what a good three. What a good three. I needed that. I think I need to make up one birdie to hit my goal of +5 or better. Okay, hole 16, 609 feet. Multiple islands, so I'm on island number 1. I need to throw my drive onto island number 2, and then island number 3 is where the basket is. Gonna have to throw a backhand turnover because I do not have a forehand to throw onto the first island. So I'm gonna go my Sagara. A little sketched about this. Keep holding, please keep holding. And I am on the island in a great position, I might add. All right, at my lie, literally at the very edge of the second island because I threw off the first island. I'm gonna go zone. Try and punch it flat and let it get over there. Missed everything. Got a tree that kicked towards the basket. Oh, you couldn't write up this story any more than what just happened. Let's see if I can putt for a birdie here. And that's it, folks. What an absolute park job. A birdie when I needed it, +5. Okay, hole 17, 636. I got that great birdie on the last hole. Let's keep the train rolling. Let's go for a par here. Just gotta go straight up the fairway. I'm gonna go T-bird for control and try and stay in the middle as best I can. I hit an inside gap, which I was not intending to hit, but it worked. So maybe about a third of the way up the fairway, which means shot number 2 can also do the same thing, another third. Okay, I've made it to my lie. I had to walk up the fairway a little bit just to see where the basket was. And looks like I'm basically in a straight line with it. I just have to miss some trees, which, you know, hardest part of the game. So I'm gonna go streak. I'm hoping that I can just get myself up into a clear spot where I can make an upshot to get onto the green to take a par. That's all I want out of this hole, just a par. Okay, I hit a clear spot. Let's see if I can get an upshot up and down from there. Okay, I've got one more shot to get into the green to take a par. My focus is so singular right now on getting par. If I shot worse than +5, I wouldn't be super upset, but knowing that I missed my goal by 1 stroke And also, I didn't even make mention of that at the beginning of the round. The +5 was my intention, or what I was trying to get at. So I'm gonna try and go zone. It looks a little bit farther than I think it is. So I'm gonna put a little bit more juice behind it. One little step into the shot. And that is up there, folks. That is up there. Can't see the green too well from here, but that is up there, and that is putting. I think we may have done it. May have done par here. All right. Let's take my time, Matt. I'm glad I decided to take my time. Sometimes when I rush, I just slam right there into the cage. Then I'm kicking myself for being a dummy. Par on the penultimate hole. All right, final hole, hole 18, par 5, 729 feet. Basket is way out over there. It's on the circular pyramid. I'm gonna go Wraith, and we'll do a conclusion wrap-up video at the end of this round. Get left, please. Please get left. Oh my God, just barely in bounds. Holy smokes. Okay, so great tee shot, right up against the OB. I'm gonna pitch up to as close to the OB as I possibly can, and then try and throw over onto that cement circular island pyramid thingamabob. I'm gonna go stand still with the quake, and I'm gonna try and get left to open up the line a little bit better, but I don't wanna go too far left because I wanna be as close to that OB as I can. So hence the standstill. I don't think I could have dropped it in a better place. No, I literally could not have dropped that in a better place. That's absolutely textbook. All right, third shot, going over the water onto the cement island pyramid. Gonna go zone. Mainly, there's a lot of wind pushing right to left. So if I leave it high and right, that wind should just force it down. I got 3 strokes to play with to take my par, because 1, throw 2 here, trying to get up and down onto the island for 3. Just like I drew it up. Get down, go in. Oh, just over the top of the basket. Holy shnikes. Okay, laying up my my birdie shot from there, taking a 4, or taking a 5, and walking off this course with a +5. That is exactly what I wanted. Heck yeah. All right, here we are. Time to lay up. Which I've done so. We're gonna leave this as one glorious take. What a course. And that's all she wrote. Faultline Disc Golf gang, thanks for coming to join me out here. This has been Matt out at Eagles Crossing, the Champions Landing course. My goodness, what a round, what a property. I came away having lost no discs and only a whale sack, so I'll take that as a win. It's really windy. I'm hoping that when I go play Wild Times, it's in a little bit more of a tree dense area, so the wind isn't as affected, or it doesn't affect my shots as much. We'll see. Join me for that video coming really, really soon. I'm actually going to record it immediately after I finish this round. So thanks for joining. Shout out to Golf Score Studio for hooking up with the graphics throughout both the front 9 and the back 9 coverage. Shout out to Ben with another round Salt Lake City for having me be a part of the creator team. Hopefully I'm doing you proud, buddy. Other than that, thanks. Have a good one. Cheers.
A few moments later.
What's up, Fault Line disc golfers? It's Matt. I'm back. I'm still at Eagles Crossing, but I'm playing the second course on the property, immediately preceding the other round. This is called Wild Times, and I had recently just learned about it, so I'm really excited to play it and make this this day all that much more better for me. That is, I'm awesome with words if you haven't noticed already. Looks like we are 323 feet downhill, standing on this front right corner of the tee pad. I can see the basket. The basket is just downhill. I'm gonna go with my Max Verstappen dyed Proto Major Line Bel Air. That is a freaking mouthful. And we might do 2 off the first, just because it is a new round and that's the norm. So we'll see. Kind of just depends on how this first shot goes. I lost my whale sack in the first round, somewhere in the front 9. I have no idea where. Didn't go back looking for it. So you're gonna see me wiping my hands a lot. I flipped that over by mistake and got down to the right and not in a great spot. So we're gonna run it back. We're gonna throw a second shot. This time we're gonna go Zone SS, Mega Glow. Shout out Greggy Biscuits, OTB Europe. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Missed that tree. Oh, that was gonna be perfect. All right, we're probably gonna take that first one because it is longer and a better shot. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're only here once. We're gonna throw 3. And the rule with me and my buddies is if we throw 3, you are required to take the third. So we're gonna do that. I like that rule between me and my buddies. I'm just out here for fun anyways. And neither of those shots were great, or you know, something to write home about. So classic rock down the gut. And I'm gonna hit the same tree. Oh, well, looks like I'm taking that one because I took 3. Honestly, it wasn't the smartest idea of me to throw a third because my Max Verstappen Bel Air over to the right is actually in a really good spot. So I should have just taken that one. But here I am, just threw my Mega Glow SS right next to it. I'm gonna go Cliff. Yeah, she's sitting right there on the green. There's the cliff. There's the basket. And that's the putt for the 3. All right, hole number 2, 238. If you have a forehand, this is definitely the play. I don't, so I'm gonna go Mega Glow SS, Zone SS that is. Okay, like circle 2 probably, maybe 45, 50, uphill stepper. We'll see. Okay, well, my depth perception is way off. I thought I was gonna be way further away, like 45, 50 feet. I'm circle's edge, inside the circle, 25 feet. I got a right to left wind here. Let's see if I can knock down a birdie early. That would be a real confidence booster. Oh, just off the band. Darn it. Okay. We're gonna leave this as one take. Easier than having me go back down, move the camera, all that nonsense. There we go. Stress-free par. The one thing I forgot to mention, so on the other property, the other course, excuse me, my goal is to shoot +5. I hit that goal. Out here, I want to shoot +3, potentially a little bit better. The course is a bit shorter. Some of the holes, at least the par 3 holes, are a little bit more in my style of golf, style of play. So I should be able to have more opportunities for putts. Yeah. 266, hole 3, prototype Bel Air. Okay, that's putting. That's putting. All right, the Bel Air all but parked the hole here. That was creeping left side, and I didn't like that. Didn't commit to that putt very well. But we are in for the 2, which puts us at 1 down through 3 holes. Awesome. I just want to take a minute to appreciate all the work that has gone in to making this course, as well as the last course. I mean, the last course has got a lot of coverage on it on YouTube. This one I haven't seen so much. So this hole is called the Stairway to Heaven. And you can tell these stairs are absolutely beautiful. I can't imagine the amount of time and energy and effort it took to put these in. All right, here we are halfway up the fairway. I'm sorry I didn't do a intro on the last hole. There is a man working on the course and operating heavy equipment. You can probably hear the chainsaw behind me. But about halfway down the fairway, threw my MD1 off the tee. Would have liked to have been a little further up here to the right, just because it opens up the green a bit. Sorry, I'm really gassed, hence the heavy breathing. But I'm gonna try and do this cliff. Try to thread the gap, thread the needle here, get down onto the green. Okay, did not get all the way down to the green. Gonna be getting up and down for a bogey, which will put me back at even. Damn. Okay. Edge of circle 2 probably. This putt is very runnable. There's a tree right behind it, so if I miss, I probably stand a good chance of stopping. So we're gonna give this a bid. We're not coming here to lay up. Let's go. I hope to God that my frame wasn't blocking that, but that went in. What a par save. I'm gonna think about 65 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 paces, so about 50 to 52 feet. Let's go. What a great par. All right, hole number 5, 256. I can see the basket behind a bunch of trees. There's 2 different routes. You can either go kind of flip up, hyzer flip shot up this gap over here on the right, or you can try a big turnover. I'm kind of partial to the big turnover only because I know this MD1 can hit that line. And if I try to do the hyzer flip shot up this right side, I might run into a tree and not leave myself a look at a 2. And I feel like this is definitely a hole that is twoable, especially for my skill set. I don't like this tree right here off the front left corner of the tee though. Okay, we're gonna try and do the hyzer flip shot up this right hand gap, and hopefully I can miss all the stuff on the right to just scoot up onto the green. Let's see. Flipped it up, actually finishing left on the right side of the fairway, excuse me, left side of the fairway, looking at a putt hopefully. Okay, well, I thought I was gonna be much closer, but I am not. Definitely circle 2 again. This time uphill. I need to eat something. I have a protein bar in my bag that I will eat on the next tee because I am running very low on energy. Oh, just in front of it. Dang, that looked really good. That felt really good. Thought I might have cashed that. I guess not. Whew. I spent 17 and a half hours in the car yesterday with my wife and 2 kids, leaving Utah at 2 o'clock in the morning, getting to O'Fallon, Missouri at 9:30 at night. There's a 1-hour time difference, hence the 17 and a half hours. I got to sleep around 11:30 and was up at 6. I'm gassed. I am gassed. All right, after a little intermission, hole 6, par 3. Team in of a Des Redding Swirly Star Stingray. Oh yeah. Oh, it's getting some lift and a lot of turn. And a kick at the end. Center cut. We'll take it. All right. DX AVR approach, I think. Seems about right. Just kind of let it float up there. I'm gonna try and let it finish a little early left to stick the hill. Well, earlier left than I was expecting, or that I wanted, excuse me. But left side of the fairway, putting down at the basket, not a bad thing. This California boy, transplanted in Utah, is not used to this humidity. This is nuts. Oh my goodness. There we go. In for the 3. I think now that I've got about 12 holes left, this is just about survival. Not giving up, but just need to survive. Might need to stop for another break, drink some more water. We shall see. On to the next. Okay, first par 4 of Wild Times, hole number 7, 584 feet. I really wish I had a chalk bag or my whale sack or something. I'm sweating profusely. Grade of the hill slopes from right to left, so I need to take that into account. I'm gonna try and throw my streak flat, let it turn across the fairway. Hopefully, if I give it enough height, it pans back to flat and doesn't cut roll. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's glorious. Okay. Here we go. Oh, 2 inside. Not great. Oh, kick out, sit. Okay, center of the fairway. Not disappointed with that. Not in the slightest. All right, here we are at the lie. Maybe 220, 240 off the tee. Because I don't know where the green is, I'm assuming it's just down this corridor here. I'm gonna go MD1. Also because I'm going uphill with the slope of the fairway, flattening out, and then I think going back downhill. Something a little flippier is gonna help me achieve the line that I want. And need to go at it sideways to make sure I get the plant right. That was awful. I have no idea. And I never stood it all the way up to turn it. Uphill run up was really hard to manage. I'm not used to doing those, so I'm not excellent at them. Hopefully I still made a good progress up the fairway though. All right, made it to my lie, off the fairway. Not in a great position. I have my Firebird out because I think I'm going to try and go a forehand cut roller against the hill The only problem is there's a cart path over here for the golf carts, and there's a little step, or a little berm, if you will, on the right side where the green grass is. I don't know if this is gonna make it up, but this is my best play. Here I am hoping that I can throw a forehand roller on this terrain. Okay, I'm over the cart path. All right. I'm dying. Taking a break after this hole again. Oh, I pulled it. Oh, that was awful. Sorry, I just blocked the frame the whole way. Sorry, that was awful. That shot was no good. If you come out here and play, and you're planning on playing both rounds, bring lunch. Something I didn't do. Okay, I need this for bogey. All right, and that's bogey. Even par through, I believe, 8 holes. I'll take that. Or 7 holes, excuse me. It's Matt, back with Fault Line Disc Golf. I am here to address the elephant in the room. I did not have the ability to complete the Wild Times course while I was out in Missouri last week. Not for a lack of want, it was just a lack of my own energy. I was not prepared to play in that kind of heat and humidity coming from the climate that I'm used to in Utah. And then being out there, it was just too much of an undertaking. I was feeling very, very exhausted. I mentioned it on hole 5 that I wasn't going to give up. There was a little video outro, I think it was on hole 4, where I was standing there talking about the long drive and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not here to make excuses. It sucks that I didn't get to finish, and I'm quite bummed out that I didn't. But at the end of the day, I want to hold myself accountable, and this is the reason why this clip is being added to the back end of this video. I am overweight myself, and I just didn't bring enough water and snacks, and I didn't get those nutrients into my system early enough in the Eagles Crossing course so I would actually have the sustained energy to make it through Wild Times. And that's really the end of it. But I really hope you enjoyed the content. More to come. I still have one video. Wow, words are hard, as I've mentioned on other videos. I have one more round to edit and put up, which is of Dragonfly with myself and my buddy Spencer. There's also going to be a little outro recorded in my office similar to this one in that video because of something that happened on the course, but I'll explain in that outro. Aside from that, thank you for coming along with me in this journey to, get better with my camera skills. The self-deprecating humor, I hope, is, adding some levity to the videos. And I'm getting more comfortable with the camera being trained on me, so I'm hoping that's actually showing. But we'll see. Other than that, some really cool stuff is in the pipeline. Some more out-of-state coverage going to potentially Colorado at the end of May around Memorial Day, and gonna film as much as I possibly can while I'm out there. So thanks for joining. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, it would be really awesome, but I'm not expecting it. I'm just trying to learn a new skill, as I've mentioned a couple of times, and the engagement definitely does help trying to post on social media. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for all your time. Appreciate it. Cheers.